Yeah. What up, guys? This is my not so fancy setup at the moment. How you guys doing? What is going on? Yeah, this is so I'm in a new place. Um, the walls are a bit empty right now, so it's a little echoey. So I apologize for that. How are you guys doing? I kind of wanted to talk about like some hybrid picking stuff. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. I thought I'd maybe just do some random patterns that I like and kind of show you, break them down a little bit. What's up, Graham? You seem to like my plants. It's hard to hear me. Is it hard to hear everything or just the guitar? Because I'm kind of going through my iPad right now. I'm not going direct through an interface. Here, I can move this closer, I guess. hopefully this is a little better. You want septuplets? We can, so, okay, let's talk about some hybrid picking, I guess. Yeah, it's an empty room, sorry. We can talk about some hybrid picking, and I can incorporate that into septuplets. Or groups of 7. We can talk about, let's start with some groups of 7 hybrid picking patterns, I guess. So one of the ways that I like to think about hybrid picking and like legato patterns is like in numbers. So like groupings. So I have like, oh, here's a hybrid picking pattern in like 5, right? So the common one is like that's a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And the way that I'm thinking about it is that on my right hand, it's a down-down hybrid pick pattern. Right? I'm going down, down, hybrid pick. And then in between that, to get those 5 notes, I'm adding hammer-ons. So down, hammer-on, down, hybrid pick, hammer-on. And then what you do is you practice this in different subdivisions, right? So like in 16th notes, which maybe I should bring up real quick, because that'll help kind of explain it. So I can click, right? So I'll just practice that, and then like either go through the neck or like follow a scale or something. And then, because the whole point is that I want to be able to play these patterns like in any context, at any subdivision. So then maybe I'll practice it in triplets. Should be like, that's the rate, right? Okay, so then I would try to get comfortable playing as many different variations of that in triplets. And then if you want to start bringing it to something different, you can do quintuplets. So like, it's kind of fast. Here, let me. Then I want to be able to switch between all of them, right? Because I want that freedom to play this down-down hybrid pick with these hammer-ons to create a group of 5 in multiple subdivisions and go from one to the other. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this just on the spot. me try to do them all one after each other. Those quintuplets are so fast. How you guys feeling? Any questions on that specifically? No? Okay. So, if I push the pick with my thumb or wrist, I don't know what that means. In what context do you find hybrid picking works well? I love hybrid picking for anything that's where you can really feel the subdivisions, because it's a very, like, the way that I do it at least, it's very percussive, and I like being able to feel things in time, right? So this style of hybrid picking, where I'm like picking all the groupings and stuff like that, I find works very well when there's like very solid accents and like a very solid subdivision. It's not super flowy, I guess. When stuff is very flowy, I do this stuff less percussively. Percussively? Is that a word? But I feel like maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't pick as hard, and I make it more of like a flowy. Elwood says, I find that my hybrid picking patterns are just sounding too mechanical. Any tips? I think mechanical. I wonder if you give me like an example, because I feel like everything I'm doing is very, I guess, mechanical in the sense that I'm thinking about it in groupings, and I think a lot of it is also like being able to hold the notes out, so like none of the notes are getting cut off when I'm going like. Like, I'm making sure all the notes are ringing out and they're all very clear. Yeah, I think it's also being intentional with how hard I'm picking and hybrid picking, and how hard I'm doing hammer-ons. Yeah, hybrid picking sounds too staccato. I think that's what he means too. So I think it's just important to like do this stuff slowly and like. So it's very I'm letting all the notes ring out as much as I can. Yeah. is there a specific finger you rely on more, or you rely more on, or do you practice to have all be equally strong? In my left hand, I mean, I try to have them all be strong, but just the nature of guitar, my pinky's probably the weakest. But I think what actually really helped it was when I started doing all these wider interval stuff. The wider interval stuff I think helped me strengthen my pinky quite a bit. And now all my fingers feel pretty equal in terms of strength, I think. I do the thing a lot where like my hands are always kind of like this. So they're always kind of like ready to go anywhere. I mean, like they're never like tied up in each other. It's always kind of just like loosely like this. So like if I'm doing like a like, you notice I didn't use my ring finger in this pattern. Or I only use it twice. I only use it when I'm hitting like this fret because the other fingers kind of just like fall here in this kind of area, and then this finger is for in between those two. So I'm almost like this the whole time. More natural to pick the E string, finger the A, and pick the B. Yeah, okay. I guess there's different ways that you can do it. I prefer to only really hybrid pick with my middle finger. So most of the time I'm doing pick middle finger. It's only when I'm doing like double stops and stuff where I really use this finger. So you could go like this. It's just not how I practice hybrid picking. So it's just a preference thing, I guess. Yeah. Elwood says, I also mean just in terms of scale patterns. Mine sound almost like exercises, not musical. I think some of that is maybe like try wider interval stuff and like be more like when I practice stuff like this, like maybe I'll play it like really fast for a lick every now and then, but it does sound very exercisey. So what I do is I rarely actually play a lick fully like that. It'll be like more, oh, this group of 5 is just to like start the phrase, right? So maybe I'll go like I'm throwing in all those groups of 5s, but I'm not like only playing those groups of 5s. So it's combining all these different hybrid picking patterns to create something, I guess, musical. Because I would never, I mean, I try not to too often just go like. What was Matt's reaction to the song Chronostasis when I approached him with it? That shit is fire. Well, thank you. So that started as a different demo. It sounded completely different, but it had the same rhythmic pattern, and he was really into that idea. So he recorded drums to that old demo, and then I re-recorded guitar and completely changed everything. And then I gave him that, and yeah, I mean, he was super stoked on it, as was I. And so we turned that rework demo into a full song. But yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate that. Anything new you've been working on, exploring? I'm gonna kind of keep this to hybrid picking. So yeah, for sure. I've actually been doing this kind of pattern a lot recently, which is like the. So it's like a group of 5, and it's still the down-down hybrid pick thing. And then also groups of 6s, like doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like that. So that pattern has been something that I've been kind of messing with recently, which is a lot of fun. Do I use the pick for the EAD strings and finger for the GPE? So it's actually more about the phrase than it is the string. The way it usually works is that in like the small phrases, I'm hybrid picking the highest string that I'm gonna play. So not necessarily the highest note, but the highest string. So if I'm going like this, I would hybrid pick this D string because it's the highest string in this phrase. So it's really like I'm trying to move my right hand as little as possible. So I'm only hybrid picking that highest string in that little phrase. what am I running through amp-wise? Right now I'm just going through the Quad Cortex. I'm using the CA 1-star clean 50-watt tweed. Can I talk to you? I mean, you could, sure. I don't know, send me a DM or put it in this chat. Do I like Gibson SG? It has a nice clean tone too. I actually really want a Gibson SG. Also, thanks for the little tip thing. That's kind of cool. I've never owned a Gibson SG. I really want one. So if Gibson is watching this, let me try one of those SGs. You know, I love like Derek trucks too. So yeah. How often do I hybrid pick after an upstroke versus a downstroke? I find it easier on an up. What are your thoughts? Hybrid pick. I almost never hybrid pick after an upstroke. I think it's usually always after a downstroke. I talked to Joseph a little bit about this too. And he also says that he also says that he only hybrids picks after downstrokes. Cause like hybrid picking after an upstroke is just really awkward. Like I can go way faster with down hybrid. I'm sure it happens every now and then when I'm playing, just like accidentally. But I know when I'm like slowly coming up with hybrid picking licks and stuff like that, it's definitely not something that I do very often. DB says, been really digging your presets in Archetype Gojira. Do you recommend going low gain with them? Gonna try up my game and getting good at all the fancy techniques. I'm glad you're digging the presets. Ooh, like input gain? All my guitars are pretty low output, so I really don't mess with the input gain, but if you have really high output guitars, then yeah, I'd say mess around with that input gain a little bit, bring it down. I like it to not be too hot. Or I kind of like just always mess with it till I find just the right feel where the amp compresses in a certain way that I like. William says, glad you started live streaming again. I missed the old streams from like 4 years ago. Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to start doing it again, and I started like this channel membership thing. So I put all the old live streams on that channel membership on the YouTube. So like through YouTube, you can join a channel, and you pay like monthly. It's like a subscription thing. So I put all my live streams on there, and then also all these future live streams that I'm doing, including this one. After I'm done streaming, it's going to be only YouTube members of the channel. So I am going to be doing more of them because it's fun, and it's nice to chat with everyone. My best Derek Trucks impression if Derek Trucks did selective picking. I don't really do selective picking, so you might have to ask someone else to do that. What string gauge do I use to find a higher gauge and more tension makes playing easier for me? I'm using 10s, just like standard sets of 10s. So I think it depends how the guitar is set up. And I really like also when it's like the heavy bottoms, so it's like 10s on the high end and then like it gets heavier on the low end. It also depends how the guitar is set up. So like if the guitar is set up with a really low action, then sometimes like really thick strings are really cool. Matt H says, I always do down up hybrid. That's basically easy 3-note movements. Down up hybrid. Like that? Or like on the same string. Oh my gosh, that's so awkward for me. I would have to sit down and practice that. I recently managed to write a little 4/4 triplet to a 4/3 polyrhythmic phrase thanks to your content. Thanks, man. That's really cool. I'm glad that that's my weird polyrhythm stuff is helpful. Yes, so all the old live streams that I did like a few years ago during COVID are on the channel membership. Yeah. Actually, for picking Dave Matthews Band as nice to learn, listen to the Stone, same riff. I don't know if it's time to do that. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out after this. I think if I played it right now, YouTube would not be too happy about that, but I will check it out. I haven't listened to Dave Matthews in a long time. I know my parents like him. Here, I'll give you guys another grouping that I like a lot. So this is like a group of 7. So I'm gonna go like. Like, so this pattern also does the thing where I hybrid pick and then down pick the same note, which I think is kind of cool. But what it is, so it's down, then 2 hammer-ons, and then I'm gonna hybrid pick the next string, and then immediately down pick that same string. So and note, so same string and note, and then hammer on again. So it's. And then this last note could either be an upstroke or a downstroke. I tend to do a downstroke when I'm playing faster, but you can do upstroke too if you want. You know, it's probably better to do an upstroke with that last note, because when I do an upstroke, it sets me up to do the next downstroke. Bring Mike Lassard on for full-time portraits vocalist. I mean, that would be very cool. He's a very busy guy. I do want to do more vocal songs, but it'll probably be with different vocalists. But yeah, I still really appreciate Mike for doing that song with us. Do I have tabs for sale? I have tabs for my music. That is for sale. All my Victoria stuff is for sale on my website, and the portraits tabs are available on She Happens. And there you can buy like physical tabs where it's like a printed book or digital. I'm planning to buy a guitar. What should I buy? An 8-string or a 6? All you have is a 7. I would recommend a 6-string because I think if you don't own a 6-string, you're missing out on how much fun the 6-string can be. I actually just really love playing on 6 strings, even though I own a 7-string and an 8-string. It's nice sometimes to have like the limitation of just 6 strings. And also just like, the guitar was initially designed to have 6 strings, so it just feels right. What can I say about Boss guitars? They're very cool guitars. I mean, this is a Bossy Space Tea. And it's one of my favorite feeling guitars ever. It just feels awesome. It sits like so close to my body. It's awesome. Like with how dramatic like this cutout is. It gets very like the frets or the strings are closer to my body than I think any other guitar I own. And I really love, I mean, this is like straight up just a boutique guitar, so like feels incredible. And I love how it's all relics and beat up. I know it's not for everyone, but I personally love it. And I also have my iconic Solana Strat, which as far as like quality, they're both pretty much the same quality. They're both feel and like the quality is both incredible. there. It's my 8 made in the US. No, my Lorada 8 is made in Korea. Do I think the telly is an essential guitar to have? Thinking about getting one. I love the sound of a telly, and it like playing it feels different than any other guitar. There's like this attack to it, and like percussiveness to it that you don't get in some other guitars, and like a clarity. And I love how like simple they are, where it's just like freaking solid block of wood and like pickups with like the metal bridge thing. Like it just sounds great. Feels weird with no color grading. I agree, but my whole camera setup is somewhere else at the moment, so kind of where we're at. Any insights on targeting different notes for the same progression, and how do you progress while improvising? I mean, if so, like, say I have this chord progression, right? Where I'm like a B minor, like a G major. Outlining the chords almost, but I'm not like just playing arpeggios. So like it's more like where I'm starting and ending. So if I'm here, like I started on this B and I ended on this B, and when I go to the G, maybe I'll like walk up to the G in my solo, right? So I'm like. Korean, absolutely. I mean, they're both good quality, but they're very different feeling guitars. Like all the US boutique stuff has a very specific feel to it, where it's just like feels very organic and very like high end, and like it was made by people. I mean, all guitars are made by people, you know. The ones in Korea are still made by people, but it's just like there's more attention paid to each individual guitar. When like the Korean stuff feels a bit more mass manufactured, like it has a really thick paint. When this one and the Space Tea have really thin nitrocellulose paint, which I love. It's just like a feel thing. I don't really know that it affects the sound too much, but I do love how it feels. And yeah, I don't know. There's just like certain things about these US boutique guitars where it's just like they just feel a certain way. Alright guys, I'm probably gonna take off. Do I like Eric Johnson? Yeah, of course. I love Eric Johnson. His guitar tone has inspired me a ton. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the comments and hanging out. Cool. See you guys.